What's up, reefers? Welcome to Acropora Corals. This is Alex Wilson, and this is my video log where you can learn from my mistakes. So come check it out. All right, so here's a shot of my coral quarantine or coral scrubber down here, and yeah, it's still going through the same ugly phases here with the ugly algae, getting the orange and the red slime. So I'm gonna dive back down, I think a little bit there, the red slime, but I'm still in there stirring it every single day just about, and hitting the rocks with a toothbrush and trying to brush them up. But yeah, still ugly phases there. Got a bunch of red slime, and I still got a bunch of coralline algae in there, and I got a turbinaria cup coral right there, and a few mushrooms and things down here. But hopefully it'll settle out and will disappear on them. Protein skimmer's running good. I just letting it fill up a whole gallon behind the back there. But other than that, here's a shot of the aquarium this time around, and yep. I've noticed a little bit though, it seemed like for the longest time I did have a whole bunch of I guess it was a little bit of the diatoms down there in the coral scrubber as well as the red slime, and I thought, well, it's down there and it's not up here on the main display, but now like the main display is kind of a cycle. It seems to bounce around from the Refugium coral scrubber up to the main display, so I'm starting to get a little bit more of the red slime than I have had up here on the display. But either way though, I still hit the gravel up here in front almost daily to just to keep up the clean line right here of gravel between the glass and the line. But here's a shot of a little bit of the red slime right there. So a little bit there, and a little bit in the areas where there's more detritus and where I haven't been able to kick it up. So I pretty much have to kick up the red slime almost everywhere. If I don't, there are patches like in just sitting on the glass between the rocks and the back and everywhere. So seems like I have to kick it up, keep it stirred up a little bit. So do that almost daily on that, after hitting the glass. So yep, there it is. Other than that though, it's doing pretty good. You get a side shot, right, yellow thing? What's up? He's over here getting bigger and bigger. That's right, eating more and more nori, and a little bit of the Porites flakes. And that's his new house right there under the dragon soul. That's only a little space right there. We get some shade and a little hide from everything. Other than that, he used to sleep down on the other rocks, so it was kind of just wedged in underneath there a little bit. Other than that, same old thing right here. Right, yellow thing. I'm trying to get a shot of this discosoma, and the yellow thing gets in front of the way. Anyway, there he is, getting bigger and bigger, that's for sure. Got over here, the mushrooms doing good. I got the purple rhodactis going crazy. Right next to it, I got the orange rhodactis also doing nice. And it seems like these two rhodactis, though, they definitely are pushing out the discosoma. So there was a green discosoma right there, it's gone. But, I've got this balanced red discosoma right here, but I'm feeling these rhodactis kind of push them out a little bit. But a little bit right in there. Green bubbles right here. Got the elegance there. Just check this side out really quick. And got the bubbles right here. The white one right there is a little bit smaller than it used to be, but I'm going to try to feed it weekly. Hopefully that'll work out a little bit better than monthly. So, but still looking pretty good. Got the three of them there. Big bubble, green to the left. White one in the middle, and the small green bubble to the right. And over here I got the Euphilius in the front. I got my hammer and the frog's bomb. So looking nice and crazy up here in the front, right next to the glass. This is my Euphilia garden right here. Looking forward to putting over here my other three that I have of the 20-gallon quarantine that should be almost ready to go here in January to be transferred over here into the main display. That is the green Stylophora Project X from Jason Fox, looking good right there. Maybe a little bit too much flow though. I definitely noticed that the Stylophoras, they definitely prefer, they can do just fine in low flow from what I can tell. I'm going to have the best polyp extension from these guys under the low flow. What is going on? I got a fire alarm going on right and left here. I don't know what's going on. I'm shooting this video. I got a fire alarm. Hold on a second. I gotta hit this up. Alright guys, I'm back. False alarm. That's right, I'm still alive. Don't worry about this crazy fire alarm right when we were trying to shoot a video. But here we go, we're back. Alright, next up we get more fire alarms, more Happy Christmas, by the way. It's around Christmas time. Here we go. I got certainly a little bit cold here right now. It's freezing just about everywhere else. We got a whole winter storm watching most of the US right now. Alright, here's a shot of the mandarin over here doing pretty good. These guys eating the little copepods seem to be doing good with the Refugium down on the bottom. Just all kinds of all kinds of copepods down there. So that seems to be really good because we get a nice solid supply of copepods, not only to the mandarins but to the corals as well, hopefully. So a whole system going on and eating all those dinoflagellates. So hopefully they'll be getting in here, dinoflagellates, the copepods at least in their smaller forms, and be able to, so the corals can eat in their microscopic sizes and everything, just a part of the microbiome of the aquarium, nice and healthy, I think, with the Refugium underneath the aquarium, but we'll see how it goes. And so, yep, here's a shot of these guys right here. Oh, also have these guys, this is Acropora right here doing, looks like they're doing better and better right there. I got that's a bonsai Acropora right there. And this is the guy too that pulled out a little bit into my 20 gallon just on one of the little bitty rocks. And it has just like 2 or 3 small little polyps on it. So hopefully it'll grow out as well. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using these Innovative Marine wave maker pumps. And I put the other one on right here to this side. So I'm running one on this side and one on the other side there, and it seems to be pretty good. And these are the 2,500 gallon per hour power heads, equivalent to an MP10 on your Innovative Marine pumps. And yeah, so good so far. It seems like that should be able to last me quite a bit. Right now I'm running them just on the mode where they completely stop just for a whole minute. I kind of like that, and then they start back, for like a minute. So like it's like half on, half off type thing. It certainly did have with just the one. It had like a bigger of wave surge as far as like bouncing up and down as far as actual shaking and surging. But the two right here kind of gives me a little bit more of a balance, a little bit more of current over here on this side where I have a lot of my smaller polyp corals. And then I could increase the flow from there. So we'll see how it goes, but pretty satisfied with how that's working out so far with the flow right there. But it hits them and almost gets like less flow because they kind of like hit and then they'll kind of like crash the flow over here in the middle, and will hit everybody like these fuzzy mushrooms in the back right there, which I've noticed these guys can definitely handle like a little bit of the medium flow. Definitely like the higher lighting is crazy. But here's a shot of the Acroporas that I have over here so far, and looking like they're doing just little better by better, little by little, getting them time to settle in nicely right here. Let's see here. These are the green millipore right there. I got the rainbow millipore right there. That one there's the rainbow, just rainbow Acropora tenuous. That one right there is supposed to be Marvelous. The Marvelin is kind of like a long polyp tenuous, I believe, green, but it's lost its green polyps, and hopefully it's coming back. And what else have we got over here? I think that's like a red, I'm not sure if it's a red table or a red stag right there. So we'll have to see how it grows out. It's been a while, I'm kind of confused. But I got that one right there, and one's the rainbow splice right there, the little orangish green one right there. And it's still sitting there. It's not really pulling out that much, not growing that much. So we'll have to see. I have the other frag in my 20 gallon. That one there definitely seems to be growing, maybe just like 1 millimeter on, I would say. Then to the right of him right here, this is the Miyagi Tort Acropora stag, and sure enough, it seems to be doing pretty good. This guy, I had him towards the back. I moved him up here towards the front so I can get like a better view of him. Although it's really hard because he's just quite small, but you can definitely tell he's got some really cool green color on them, as well as purplish blue, and really good polyp extension right now. So yep, there's a shot of him right there, and this is the special Jason Fox special Porites, red and green Porites. Is really cool. And happy this guy's finally settling in right there. What do we got? This is the micro moose, orange micro moose, crazy. And my salmon coral garden right here, doing okay. I got these guys here. Obviously, they doesn't seem to be stinging each other, so it seems to be working out well right there. See, so far, as well as these half the starry and the time warp, and the same thing right there. So hopefully, I could like let them all grow together. Might just be one huge salmon coral swirl right there. Not sure what's going on. Let's check out these guys right here. This is the Diphastria brains, and seem to be doing pretty good. One of the right, this is my Camophobia, or Camo Diphastria, you could say. And this is my bigger colony right here of the Diphastria, certainly different with a little bit of the purple and as well in there. And this guy does open up more at night. Well, both of these guys, so I feed him a little bit at night, and he opens up more up here on the top, where it's getting, I think, more light and more current than it does like over here towards the bottom. So he's probably more comfortable if he was just kind of completely flat. Although, you know, I put him like this because it looks really great straight against the front glass right here. I have him about an inch away. And this guy over here, right here, this is the shot of my Porites Christmas tree warm rock. And yet, you're correct right here, all of this Porites is dying off really bad. It has these, as it's doing so, it's like changing this like orange, is like burning away. And so, in my experience, these Porites, they seem to go through, you get them, and they seem to, if they do live, they go through what seems like a 6-month dormant stage. It's almost something similar to what Acroporas do, you know, where they go brown out from the shock of it and like go into like a dormancy. And so that's what this seemed to have done. And then suddenly it had all come out like really good polyp extension on it, but then it's just like, I think it was just like its dying phase right there. So hopefully some patches of it will make it and we'll be able to adjust in and will grow back in the long term. Otherwise, I just have to hit it with coralline algae or get some kind of other coral that could encrust on top of it. Maybe some of one of the salmon corals or the other faster plating corals on top of it that won't completely smother the worms though. So, you know, I have that one. Then I have this one over here, which is a small polyp, small worms, and they're almost so small that, man, it's not even really worth getting, because well, if you want it just for the Christmas tree worms, the Christmas tree worms are just so small, almost microscopic. You gotta have a magnifying glass to see these guys, what's going on. But one interesting thing here is that the Porites on this one, you know, is doing really well suddenly. However, it was the same thing. I mean, I had it, you know, and it was like dormant for the longest time, and then finally came out, and then it, you know, for the longest time it was just the characteristic light brown, and then it just started getting greener and greener and greener, such that now it's underneath it's all green, and the polyps are brown. That's why you could get like a brown hinge of the polyps are out, and when the polyps are out or closed, it's a lot more green, solid green to it, and then it's got the coralline algae there. So let's contrast that one with the bigger one. And the clams are doing good right there. Well, except for the one that did die, but have those ones that are there looking so good so far. And what else? Something else. I guess that's it. The Porites that went down. Did lose that one golden maxima clam right there. And yep, so there's a shot of that one. Alright, so let's get a shot of my 20-gallon quarantine, see what's going on over here. No new corals, nothing like that. But one thing that's different about this one, I mean, the 100-gallon over there, I clean the glass, and then I hit the sand, and then I stir it up really good. And that's what I was doing on this one too. I mean, when I had the dinoflagellates, I had to get in here and stir it up really good with my hand to keep it, that dinoflagellates lifted up off the bottom. But thus far, this one has been like a lot lower maintenance. I don't know, because I just come in here, hit the glass, and then that's about it. I haven't really had to hit the glass that much because the amount of algae in here has been really slow growing. In fact, you know, I just kind of hit the glass daily just because that's my routine, but it doesn't really have that much build up on it. It seems like I could go like 2 or 3 days without really getting any that much of a bacterial or algae on the glass whatsoever. And I have added in here the Refugium, and I did do that for a full 3 weeks, and definitely kicked up the phosphates up to 0.15. And so there I stopped, and kind of let it slow down from there to kind of not overdo it as far as that goes. And I certainly as well have had like a film on top of on top right here, because I could usually get like some better top-down shots, but right now it's kind of like with the films, it's almost like a little cloudy right there from my camera. So, but I could let it just burn out a little bit, clean up, and maybe before I might try like another 3 weeks with the Porites, just to kind of, not the Porites, but with the Benepets, and see the difference as far as the Benepets versus, the Porites, but see what the difference is. But it's definitely kind of like it, slow growing, as long as, the corals certainly haven't brown, or certainly haven't gotten too light in here. And so, yeah, on this one too, the nitrates have been low, and they started going down so low, and then I definitely just dosed them back up with the liquid nitro. And I did the same thing on the 100-gallon display as well. So just dosed up the nitrate up on that one as well to 5 parts per million. So good so far over there. Here's a shot of these, that orange, the Chitara, and the green, and the purple one. So they're certainly doing well. And the Stylophora right there, although I have been increasing the lighting in here a little bit as well as on the display. And so on this one here, maybe that's why it's a little bit more of a close up, kind of trying to adjust to the higher lighting intensity. And so here's a shot of the Kryptonite tenuis still alive. Fingers crossed so far. Doing good. And then we got the key lime pie from Abe at Corifloria, and yep, still doing good. And this guy might just like leave in here the long term just to see how well it actually one good Acropora can really do in here under this lighting and under this aquarium conditions. And so back in the back right there, that's the Rainbow Loom Crazy Pooler as far as encrusting, and that's the one that I have a little piece of it over here. And that's it right here. So hopefully that'll grow out to a whole colony. So we'll have to see. It's encrusting over the rock. See if it grows up and branches out eventually. And then the purple Stylophora right there, doing really good. It's branching out all towards the back right there. It's got a whole bunch of new activated tips on it, and hitting the flow like crazy right there. And Sarcophyton, don't even need to talk about it. It's crazy off the hook polyp extension on this dude. And looking forward to putting this guy into my main display, kind of in the left back as well. Has some space over there to really fill in. And then there's a little baby of the same Sarcophyton right there, toadstool. And bug out Stylophora is doing good, and as well as the Euphyllius I was talking about over here. This has got the green splatter hammer. That was a splash or splatter, but splatter. I think it's splatter. Green splatter. And green octo spawn, and then gold and hammer right there for contrast in the back. Alright guys, so that's it. Just a quick update on these systems. There is not a few things that have died off, a few things are starting to grow, and so check back on the next update though to see what's going on. Alright guys, happy reefing. Bye.